Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age Mythology Replay. Spawn on the south side as the blue Shennong, we have Lssavo. No, Shennong's probably the major god I've cast the least. Spawn on top left side as the red Tsukuyomi. I still butchered that name. We have Idle Villager. What a great name. When it comes to these major gods, of course, Shennong, focus on farming, myth units, and healing. God power is the gift of beasts. On favored lands, myth units recover health and increasing per age, so pretty good health regen potentially in age 4, 6. Farms are available in Archaic Age and built instantly on favored lands. That's not really important. You should not be used building farms in Archaic Age. They're too big of an investment. Plow, irrigation, flood controls are researched instantly for free in the respective ages, so maybe they're a bit more useful rather than trying to go for resources on the map because of their freer nature. His benefit here is Gifts of Beasts, summoning a free mythian from the next age of a temple. The next one will be a free Quillen. Of course, his Prosperous Seeds gives you 2 farms, or allows you to bestow seeds on your 2 farms to make them collect faster and heal the other villagers. So, available in Archaic Age, yes, and can, which means you probably should limit yourself how many of these you can get, but still focus on resources on the map. So, I have to eat a little bit of crow there. And of course, Tsukuyomi, I still need to figure out how to pronounce his name, like all the other names. Shinobi and Cavalry gets an attack increase per Bushido tier. Each technology research grants Bushido XP. Advancing next age is 25% faster, and get a free Kitsune as appear at the temple per age. Oh, you can now see the mythological upgrades up here with the new patch. Very nice. Tower and fortresses damaged by 40 and 20%. And there's the way of Bushido and New Moon. Of course, this minor or major god power does give you all the research available in that age for free instantly by targeting buildings. So I usually see this at the start of age 2, say targeting a building such as the temple. I'm going to fast forward now since introductions are complete. There's the Kitsune. Now the players start their age up just yet. I don't know, I always heard Kitsune and Kitsune, so how I sort of been saying is Kitsune singular, Kitsune is plural. That's my way of distinguishing those two. Like goose and geese. And moose and meese. And sheep and sheep. And sheep and sheeple. We do have now Chi-Yubing research. Does give access to the Yazi, which is the dragon dog thing with a sword in his mouth, teleports forward. And we also have here is Inari Okami, gives access to the Joromongu spider lady. If I remember correctly with her mythology, Joromongus, it is something about a lord, samurai, shogun, not sure who, saw a spider eating a butterfly. Of course, a lot of people think like, oh no, how cruel, a spider's eating a butterfly, when that is just sort of the way of nature. Oh, there's all the free research. Looks like use it on the economic upgrade on the water mill, giving both the wood chopping and food economy. Very nice, so it looks like it's going a bit more economical. And so the person freed the butterfly, but it also gives you the conundrum. The job of this butterfly spider is to eat various pests. Not to mention, it's just sort of more or less a way of nature. It's not evil to eat something else. I don't know, probably can't do the explanation all too well. Basically, who gives you the right to determine who lives and dies? If you remove the spider's food, the spider dies. If you let the spider eat the butterfly dies. We do have some housing going up. We got the military camp there. One relic obtained. We do have the System of Boss, make your villagers cheaper, which is probably pretty handy also for these guys here. But it does not apply the favor cost, just the other resources. There's Yazi, teleporting dog, teleporting dragon dog with a sword. Just based at discount repeat. 2 Kitsune there, supporting the Joromungu. Jorogumo. Blah. I need to slow down and actually look how stuff's pronounced. The Kitsune have pretty low damage. They're a pretty weak unit. They're a pretty cheap unit. They're a mix of reconnaissance units and support unit. But they also do have a bit of nice speed aura effect to help improve nearby units. Yazi does go ahead and go on down. And do have the free Quillen, very nice. Another dragon horse thing. Well, in this case, rather than dragon dog, this is dragon horse with an AoE heal. Its quickest, closest counterpart is probably the Valkyrie. And looks like both players just eyeing for a bit of eco. We do have some counter halberdiers, anti-cavalry units there. Tsukuyomi does support cavalry. You can see here with it, he provides all cavalry as well as shinobi plus 3% damage, so not a significant amount at the moment. Probably not an influential amount either. The Mikos could pick up this relic, unless it needs upgrades similar to like the Egyptian priests. Don't know. Oh, it turns this the shrine course generates favor when nearby natural resources. It looks like turns all these nearby trees into cherry blossoms. I like that. But the natural trees around it are green. Shouldn't they be cherry blossom color then? It looks like also the drafts here and the carcasses do actually provide the favor generation as well. Up north, we got some Naginata riders. The Kitsune can accompany them to help improve their movement speed. Of course, this opponent is going for a number of counter cavalry units, which is very nice. And looks like the Chinese player has aged up. I wasn't paying close enough attention to it. Not sure why the shrine is built so down far south. They're pretty cheap, looks like. But of course, they need to only generate favor when there's a nearby Miko, so they're inherently worthless until one of them gets accompanying. Not as spammable as, say, whatchamacallit, the monuments for the Egyptians. This relic could cause some issues there, the Nose Sphinx. Do you have the Bahu? You know, I actually don't see this myth unit all too often for the Chinese. Then again, like I said, I don't really see this major god all too often either. Myth unit, powerful strike sends units flying, so I guess it's some of the battle boar, good against human soldiers. Let's see. Let's take a quick look at this one. Of course, provides the Fey Beast, Bahu. Task looks like a mythological trader. Into your Dao Swordsman, greatly increasing the pierce armor. That can be quite nice. Divine Judgment, increase, give infantry a bit of divine damage, not bad. And slight bonus versus myth units, making it a bit more generous. Abundance, Autumn of Abundance. Got even better traders, very nice. And of course, ship. So, a nice little trading minor god. Tsukuyomi is research to Fujin. You have access to Oni. Which of course gives access to Let's see, Smiting Gust, target location unleash a massive gust of wind, blasting units across the map. Sounds like similar to Shockwave. Oni, can enter a berserking state. Okay, great. Onis are Oni warlords, which deal more damage and more resist to hack damage. Improves myth units' hit points and trading speed by 25%, not bad. And Restless Winds make your cavalry move faster and attack faster, so more DPS and more speed. So this cavalry could be really fast with the various upgrades, and not mention with the Kitsune speed benefits. There's also the opposite speed, the Tao Wu. The Kitsune are going to be knocked out. Got some samurai here. Oh, and there's a blast, which apparently does do friendly fire. Okay, that's a fun god power. We don't think that did much damage, of any damage at all. Looks like there's a slight amount of damage. But that's a fun god power. I approve. So, it's a Fusro Da. And like Fusro Da, well, I suppose Fusro Da from Skyrim, the damage increases based on distance of the enemy gets flung. Got some Shinobi employed on the field. For some reason they look like monkeys from this high up. Offer pretty low damage, high attacks. Looks like they do melee range melee damage, or wait, no. They have multiple attacks. Adds a multiple melee attacks, plus does give you a slight bit of Bushido, which is alternative favor. I guess the closest thing is her Sears, but also nowhere near. So they have multiple attacks per melee attack. That's interesting. Some ballets being established. Copper upgrades, more villagers. Both sides just being nice and passive for the eco. Got a number of prosperous seeds there. It's a pretty cheap god power, so you can start really eyeing it. Right now these villagers are currently providing 1.1 per second. Well, let's see, is there any other food collectors to compare them to? 1.8 for the gazelle, so they are collecting more food than at the moment than hunts. So I do have to eat a little bit of crow, so it's a good idea to start really maximizing that, in my opinion. Shagunaba-gi halberdiers, which are improved with master weaponry, which can do snare effects, greatly slowing his opponent. There's some Oni there. Of course, the upgrade does not improve them to Kaijin, just the Oni warlords. Good crush, so trying to give a good equivalence. Their attack speed's pretty slow. Health points are really high, so I guess the closest thing is mountain giants? Can't say what Berserk exactly does. Berserk, in fact, a lot of different games means different things. We got now an age up once again. Actually, no, that's the age. Got a free water dragon went along. This thing is so hard to estimate, but it can be very good. The relic does create a hole there. The pioneer looks like it's going down. It looks like they do have a special siege attack there, so they're Age of Empires 3 units. Of course, they aren't like Shinobi from Age of Empires 3, which gets bonus damage for his heroes. Over here, do have some of the White Horse cavalry being engaged. Let's take out one, the Kitsune. No build limit on the Miko. Over here, the Shinobi is still running about. There's the Kappas. I wonder if that affects, Nope, looks like a couple of the halberdiers got grabbed there. Looks like the Kappas do not target, villagers. Decides to get inside the town center, which is a good idea. And nor does it affect the heroes. Try and break on out of there. Got units moving around. Got a number of the Baohuis here. It looks like good number of Shinobi will be going down thanks to the Baohuis. Baohus? Oh, yes. The Quilongs, however, trying to douse these Oni warlords. Howdy. Now the White Horse Cavalry should be able to win this fight. Though, then again... 11. Yeah, they should be... The cavalry should be able to pick off these guys, no problem. Over here, got more of the White Horse Cavalry moving around. And we do have another age up here. We've got Zurong. You know, I'm so used to seeing the Quilongs being summoned, I actually don't know what that minor god does at the top of my head again anymore. You just see the Quilong all the time, which, of course, he does not have access to them. Let's see. Kind of a bit of a moment to look at them. Let's see. Provides the Blazing Prairie. Zuhi, another flying myth unit there. Flame Blood. Increases, causing the additional damage to enemies. So it gives all your myth units a bit of AoE damage, looks like. Slash and Burn. Your villagers gather 15% faster collection rate, and also makes your farms dirt cheap. So if you somehow consume all the resources on the map, that's an excellent transition upgrade. And it's also pretty cheap as well. Decent in favor, low in gold. Enables Healing Descent. Increases their hip, protects your... Okay, that's the upgrade for this one here. And Song of Midsummer. And also gives on landing health regen there. So a lot of upgrades for here. Overall, just straight up myth unit 1, which he is more or less a myth unit god for the Chinese. And he got 2 of these guys. Wait, he could get a bit of splash damage with the fire blood? It freezes myth units with flame blood, causing them to deal additional damage to nearby enemies. So it looks like it's a generalist AoE aura. For flying units? I wonder how that works. I'm assuming it affects space in the base? Who knows? Definitely a good upgrade to accompany those other myth units. There's also another age up here of the Tsukuyomi, but I butchered that name well enough. Another town center established. White Horse Cavalry breaking on through. Miko will escape on out of there. Fortified town center upgrade complete. A large number of idle commoners. Red's now trying to rotate some units back here. Get some villagers on the inside. Got a large number of Onomusha, which are not mounted archer units from Age of Empires 4s. These ladies are melee hero. Cavalry slowly being picked on off. We do have just one guy there. Got some walls here. The Great Wall of China, allegedly. And now there's an age up for both sides there. This, of course, refreshed all the God Powers to make them free, which is something you probably should just deploy out immediately. I don't see any reason why to hold on to it. More process seeds, very nice. And there's a Berserk ability. Doesn't appear to be causing attack all nearby friendlies. Couple Kasune for the aura benefits, but a lot of fire there from the Zui. There's a lot of AoE damage there. Japanese players are really stacked up. Do not have more Kappas being summoned. You can also blow his opponent away. a mirror image of an Oni warlord. Though it looks like this one doesn't last very long. Number of those fire archers being grabbed by the kappas. Bushido's right now at tier 3. Looks like almost at tier 4. More shinobi being summoned. More of the Z-Quays being summoned in the field, as well as more heavy tiger cavalry. Although they're not heavy tiger tanks. More farms a bit of everywhere. Looks like blue has, what, 4 town centers at the moment? There's an opportunity for a number of shinobis here, which have good crush damage. Another mirror image of an Oni warlord. And does make another mirror image there. Z-Quay, Z-Pew. He's good damage hit, but does get picked on off by all the Bushis. It looks like Reds are starting to break on through. Somebody believes villagers may go down. Then abandoning to the ballets. I'm having trouble with all these words. None of them are in English. Another military camp over here. And here comes the fire parry. It actually is being summoned over here. Red could push his advantage here, but he's forced to fall back. This gave Blue some breathing room down south. This wall has no crush damage, so does very poor damage versus these structures. Next Myth unit is a Zuke. Oh, there's the 2 Queen Longs. At what point in time he used the lightning weapons? Looks like I missed that. May have been down here. Blue's going for a large army. He's having trouble at pop cap. Red is at pop cap, but only has 2 town centers, a bit of a problem. So right now, Blue can just simply out-mouse produce an army. More of the Bao Huis being pulled in the field. None of that fire blood there to get a bit of AoE damage around his myth units. Shinobi push way forward. They could get washed away by the Quilongs. Great damage from these structures. 35 damage, crush damage. Bushi's going to quickly take out these dragons. Blue has reinforcements being summoned over here. He could try flanking this army or go straight for the kill. Set tasks of cavalry to the villagers. Sometimes these things should have the sound effects should be redone to match the Age of Empires 2 Scorpion, since they're basically Age of Empires 2 Scorpions. Bushi's charging way forward, which is not a good idea. There's good enough myth units here, don't get me wrong. Problem is, they're just moving forward. Got some immolation fields being summoned. Some Blue's reinforcements could push on forward. Looks like a lot of blue smith units starting going down. Got the Tao Wu here. Oh, the cavalry did come for a nice little flank here. Very nice. And some of these villagers getting hit as well. The Quinlong's starting to advance. Some of the heroes starting to focus them down. Dragons getting shot down. We do have now these guys being blown away. Then all those villagers going down. Right now, red has down to 50. So red's right now having trouble with villager numbers. We got a number of Mikos here. It looks like red does go ahead and resign his Angrade, saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.